GETTYUnder new plans. The UK will have to accept freedom of movement and no immigration controls. Richard Corbett, who sits on the party's National Executive Committee and is the leader of the party in the European Parliament, has stated the plan is to accept EU single market rules. It means that under Labour's vision for Brexit, Britain will have to accept freedom of movement and zero controls on immigration, while also have to agree to rulings from the European Court of Justice (ECJ). Mr. Corbett, a highly influential MEP, has been described by Shadow Brexit Secretary Sir Keir Starmer as effectively a member of my shadow team, and is understood to be a key figure drawing up Brexit policy. Writing for the Left Foot Forward website, Mr. Corbett said, "Some have claimed that Jeremy was less than forthcoming on the single market, but he was clear. Labour would seek a final deal that gives full access to European markets and maintains the benefits of the single market, with no new impediments to trade and no reduction in rights, standards and protections. This would require full alignment with the rules of the single market. In essence, the single market is a set of rules that all participants agree to abide by to avoid barriers to trade, ensure an even playing field, and avoid market excesses." Getty. Jeremy Corbyn is apparently ready to accept uncontrolled migration. Labour's confused approach means they would not be able to take back control of our laws. Kingswood MP Chris Skidmore. The comments follow Labour leader Mr. Corbyn's controversial speech earlier this week, where he announced the party would have over control of trade policy to Brussels by setting up a customs union with the EU. Mr. Corbett suggested the only exemptions Labour might seek from single market rules are ones which block Labour's Marxist plans to reshape the economy, but added that it was unlikely they would be necessary. He said, as several studies have shown, no such exemptions are needed to carry out Labour's manifesto. Nationalisation, for instance, is perfectly possible, and indeed common in other European countries, so this caveat is just a precaution. The Tories warned that Mr. Corbett's article reveals that Labour's betrayal of working core voters will be much deeper than Mr. Corbyn had previously suggested. Kingswood MP Chris Skidmore, Conservative Vice Chairman for Policy, said, "This is a staggering admission from a close ally of the Labour leadership, and it highlights yet again how Labour are only interested in frustrating Brexit." Labour's confused approach means they would not be able to take back control of our laws, our borders, and our money, and they don't respect the referendum result. Only the Conservatives are working to negotiate a deal which works for all parts of our United Kingdom, while delivering the change British people voted for. Meanwhile, two former Tory MEPs were expected to be expelled from the party after they joined the rival European People's Party grouping in opposition to the European Conservatives and Reformist group which the Tories sit on. South West MEP Julie Girling, a former whip for the Tories, and former group leader Richard Ashworth, a South East MEP, were suspended from the party for voting in the European Parliament to delay Brexit talks against the British national interest. A senior party source told the Daily Express that they are now likely to